Hi, my name is Ed Boon. I am the creative director at NetherRealm Studios, and we're here to talk about Mortal Kombat X. And why isn't it Sub-Zero? My favorite character is a Scorpion, and it's not Sub-Zero because they're enemies. It's a little bit, but I do feel like it's time that if we ever do it again, Sub-Zero is going to be the one who wins. Well, you're right. Cassie Cage is the daughter of Sonya Blade and Johnny Cage, and she is, the story takes place from right after Mortal Kombat 9 all the way to 25 years later. So there's a lot of characters that come into power and leave power during the course of that. One of those is Kotal Khan, who's no relation to Shao Kahn, but is one of the one-time rulers of Outworld. Yeah, it covers. It takes place over the course of a number of time periods. One is right after Mortal Kombat 9. One is 5 years later, 10 years later, 20 years later, 25 years later. And it covers the course of a long span of time, so you see characters come into power and come out of power and whatnot. And it introduces a lot of new characters, Ferritor, Kotal Khan, Devora, Cassie Cage, and a lot of returning characters as well. So it's big, it's epic, it's like chapters like we had in Mortal Kombat 9, but it's a great presentation. The Mortal Kombat X has 3 variations for every character. So there are 3 Sub-Zeros, 3 Scorpions, 3 Raidens, 3 Kanos, and all of them play differently as far as strategy and special moves that they have unique ones from themselves. And so normally with fighting games you think of matchups. You think of Raiden versus Scorpion, Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. Now you kind of think of it even deeper, where it's like, Raiden A might not be a good matchup for Scorpion B, but Raiden A might be a great matchup for Scorpion A. And so that kind of mix-up is really going to add a lot of depth to the fighting as well. There is background interaction in Mortal Kombat X. It's not as big or as prominent as it was in Injustice, where Injustice there was things all over the place that you can use. Mortal Kombat X, it's more about maneuvering yourself on in the arena, escaping certain areas, and maybe throwing some projectiles. But it's nowhere near as big in scale. You don't throw cars or throw people through, walls or anything like that. Well, the PC market is always expanding, and it is making a resurgence. And our last couple of games we've had on PC, so this isn't a first for us as far as releasing PC versions of our games. So we figured it was a good one for this one. No, we're going to be releasing characters over the course of the next few months, and we're going to have probably more of those videos that show the characters fighting. So there's going to be a good combination of old and new coming in. Yeah, you know, the guest characters, Kratos and Freddy Krueger was the most downloaded of all of the DLC characters, and in Injustice, Scorpion, the guest character, was the most downloaded for that game too. So people seem to really like that, and so we're definitely thinking about doing that for Mortal Kombat X. Any one? There's so many of them. I can't even think of one. You know, maybe a character from Street Fighter or something like that. Oh, not in the near future. That would be a hard one to make happen. We don't currently have any plans for one. I mean, that game did well, but we really felt like, you know, we wanted to split those two up, so we made Injustice. That's kind of like our big superhero epic fighting game, and Mortal Kombat is, you know, Mortal Kombat, which is more a little bit, not quite as big in scale, but, you know, realistic and bloody and all that. Oh yeah, we always want to make it as competitive of game as possible, but also let the casual player, you know, just sit down and have fun. So. Well, the Mortal Kombat 1 was made by 4 people, and Mortal Kombat X is about 130 people working on it. You know, it was over 20 years ago, so the amount of the whole process of making games has completely changed. It's more like a film production, and you know, there are, you know, directors and artists, animators, you know, and stuff, as opposed to just a programmer, an artist, a sound guy. So the production's way bigger, and it's a lot more of a storytelling avenue too, because you get to do this cinematic story, long story, whereas in the first game it was just text that you would read, so it's just a bigger production. No, none of us did. I think you know, we were supposed to make the game quickly in 8 months, you know, turn it around and just make a quick arcade game, and then it just took off.